2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And preparing for battle, each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. Welcome to another Groundhog Day NBA game. Shadows or not, it's time to get it going. And our broadcast team tonight, Grant Hill and Steve Smith. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And the starting group for the Celtics. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Davis. Then there's George. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Miami, Zion Williamson out there with Steven Adams. Then there's Wembanyama. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 2. One thing each of these teams can do is pass the rock, Grant. We should see a lot of ball movement tonight.
Hey, sharing is caring. And, of course, there's great chemistry on both teams. There's such a flow to this game when they get together. And we're going to see some terrific team basketball tonight. I can't wait.
Now here's Isaac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. And here we go, the Heat fast break. Here's Caldwell Pope. Excellent D there from Davis. Bridges outside. Back to Davis. Baseline try. And that one drops for him.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
How good is it to see the first one go through the net?
Now here's Halliburton. He picked up 10 in his last game. George with the block. They get it back. To the middle. Here's Davis. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Davis has got his second bucket on the night.
Not enough to affect Davis's shot. It'll take more than that.
Adams finds Halliburton. Clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
You can tell Halliburton isn't looking at the contest. He's looking through it to his shot.
Smitty, when you look at the Heat bench, there's been one constant presence for years now.
B.A., his name is Eric Spoelstra. He's been pacing that sideline since 2008. That's a rarity these days. It speaks to the success Coach Spo has had there.
Now here's Halliburton. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game. Inside. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to go on Andre Drummond.
Inside, Steven Adams is always ready for battle. Getting the shot off despite the foul.
No good on that one.
You know, the one thing Steven Adams gives you, night in and night out, is toughness. He helps your team set a physical tone.
And he sinks the second. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. To the inside. Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
Yeah, making the smart pass there. I mean, Bridges doesn't just hold the ball.
George against Halliburton. Here's the 3. Drummond grabs the miss. And Davis has got the ball here for the Celtics. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
They really had a strong night shooting the basketball. They got hot and stayed hot.
They were very patient, and that was the difference. It's hard to be patient, I know, but look at the outcome they had.
And for the Celtics, Grant, when it comes to something like rebounding, it's a total team effort.
Well, it's part of their personnel strategy, B.A. Get wings and guards that have length and toughness, which allows them to control the glass and switch just about everything defensively.
Man, Zion Williamson is different. A big man who possesses incredible explosiveness and power.
Now here's George. He picked up 15 in their last win against Indiana. Now here's Williamson. Halliburton on the wing. Back to Williamson. Excellent D there from Davis.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him deny like that.
And George with the jam.
Aggressive move by Paul George, not just hanging on the perimeter.
Miami calls timeout.
Looking now for some consistency. Just too many missed shots.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Let's take a look at the best three-point shooters among this year's rookie class. Fifth on the list, Victor Wembanyama.
The level of competition in this rookie class around the arc is truly something special. I'm sure he's eager to climb to the top of the list.
Miami trailing. Caldwell Pope, the pass to Halliburton. Caldwell Pope against Bridges. Caldwell Pope's shot is off. Boston has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's George. That one no good. Excellent D there from Caldwell Pope. For Miami, they've gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Wembanyama, pass to Halliburton. Outside, Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot. George with a steal. Pass to Bridges. Second chance effort. Miami grabs the miss. Their last game, a win against the Magic, looking to carry it into this one.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them. They were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
It was a terrific performance we got a chance to watch. They got into a nice rhythm and made smart adjustments along the way.
Now here's George. 5 points in the game. You know, over his career, Paul George has racked up more than his fair share of accolades, Grant.
Well, he's a fixture at All-Star Weekend, that's for sure. Now, he's made the All-Defensive team more than a few times. He's had an outstanding career. He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
George outside. Shot is up. Adams grabs the miss.
Woo, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
Pass to Williamson. Over Drummond. Oh, rejected by Drummond.
Andre Drummond with the wingspan of 7'6". It's going to be hard to get it over him.
Yeah, when you make your mid-range shots, you force your opponents to adjust.
And you know, the adjustments should have already been made. They know he's a good shooter from that spot.
Here's Isaac. Here he goes. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. Pippen, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Halliburton against Bridges. George, right side. From the line, the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
A man among boys on the offensive glass. Andre Drummond picks up a lot of extra points this way.
Here's Pippen. Knocked loose. Stolen by Drummond. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. From 9 feet, George, good. George has got 9.
Playing at his tempo, his pace. He's been dialed in all night.
Halliburton misses. And here's Davis. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 10-point lead. George outside. Back to Davis. Halliburton with some nice D. Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for Boston, hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. We'll be right back. far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Celtics?
The way they've been going after steals in this game, it has been super impressive. They are wreaking havoc right now.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
So the Celtics 5 right now. Anthony Davis is out there with George. Then it's Andre Drummond. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Banton in at the 2. Here's Pippen. Still no points. Clock at 4. Over Drummond. Oh, Drummond with the block. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Lee, he's checked in for Miami. George against Wembanyama. George passes to Banton. Now Drummond. From the high post. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Steven Adams.
You see this time and time again, teams looking to foul Drummond. They are betting he will not make his free throws.
And he can't get the first one.
Okay, bear with me, okay, Smitty? An argument can be made that Andre Drummond is the best rebounder in NBA history.
Okay, Grant, the top 2 all-time in rebounding percentage, Andre Drummond and Dennis Rodman. Those 2 might be the best I've ever seen on the glass.
He hits the second from the line. And with players like Morant and Giannis last season getting undercut around the rim, would you support moving the charge circle out a foot, Grant?
You know, BA, that's a good idea. I mean, I don't see why not. The league wants more highlights and less injuries, so it seems to make a lot of sense to me.
Williamson finds Adams. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
What a smart look from Zion, setting up his teammates, not trying to do it all himself.
Halliburton against Bridges. From 9 feet, and the jumper is good. Davis has got 8 points.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it. High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
And Boston calls time here. Last time they met in Boston,
they really relied on the perimeter game in that one. Just consistent from distance all night.
We talk a lot about shot selection, and we saw why. You want to avoid empty possessions.
And as we start to wrap up voting, this list of contenders for the three-point contest begins to take its final form. And I gotta say, this is an impressive collection of talent.
Yeah, it sure is, B.A. Every single one of these guys has a clean shot at taking home the trophy. They are all elite shooters from three-point range.
Well, you look at George. He's currently up there in the voting at number 2. So clearly no one is sleeping on his abilities as a lights-out three-point shooter.
Yeah, it's his long-range shooting that puts him on another level. Definitely a guy who belongs in this contest.
The voting is just about over. We'll keep you updated. This is just a tremendous list.
And each year that passes by, it becomes more and more difficult to pick a field. So many talented shooters in the NBA right now.
And that one falls for Drummond.
Andre Drummond's games has to improve at the free throw line if he wants to be a go-to player.
Here's Lee. Pass to Wembanyama. Yep, count it. Wembanyama's got his first basket of the night.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
George outside. He's off on that one. Ooh, some solid defense from Adams. To the paint. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Davis. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Mikal Bridges is a premier defender. He said, quote, people take it for granted how tough it is to guard the top perimeter players in this league and not be able to really touch them because they're going to get the foul call. You've got to guard these matchups one-on-one, and I think we get taken for granted. B.A., he's on point.
Yeah, he does have a point there. Thanks, Allie. One thing about the Heat, Smitty, they always seem to turn...
Oh, on the rim!
Finish right there! Wow!
With the reputation of a highlight reel dunker, Zion's always ready to put on a show.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Outside Davis. Pass to Benton. Lets the three fly. Williams grabs the board. Williamson's got 4 rebounds now. And here's Adams. Drummond defending. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Metu, he's checked in for Miami. The Celtics also with a sub. Bataze's checked in.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide open look, but he can't take advantage.
Bridges down low, working on Metu. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. And a moment to check out who the Boston Celtics have coming up. On Friday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Milwaukee Bucks. And then Sunday, they'll begin a road trip, starting in Portland, going up against the Blazers.
And you know, for that matchup with Charlotte, this is one that they expect to win. But those games can be tricky. Remember, there are no free wins in this league. It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
And he lobs it up top. And Davis slams it home.
What a beautiful play, and it was great timing. Then the athletic finish by AD.
Halliburton against Bridges. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
Look at Adams getting way above the defenders, right on their head.
Boston calls timeout.
Celtics call timeout.
The Heat making a switch here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. The Celtics also with a sub. Isaac's checked in. For Boston, they've gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Bridges with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Oh, they get a hand on it. Pass to Bataze. And here's George. Halliburton with the ball. 7 points in the game.
Creating space on his own. Halliburton with a sweet move to create enough daylight for the bucket.
Here's George. Finds the bottom from 13 feet out. George has got 11.
Just take it what the defense allows, and that's a shot he'll make all night.
Here's Halliburton. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And over a long regular season, Grant, what are some of the things coaches do to keep things fresh and their players engaged?
Well, you said it best. It is a long season. And to keep it light, you have to have team outings and dinners and guest speakers, intentional connections. That's what I call it. And really, there's so much pressure in this league. So those moments really allow you to bond and relax and really come together as a group.
Nembhard. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. I think when his coach looks at Andrew Nembhard, he sees lots of potential there, Grant.
Oh, yes, he does, B.A. And for a second-round pick in 2022, he's been a steal. A pure point with size at 6'5", that enables him to play at either guard spot.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. No made baskets yet. Yep, that one goes.
Building off a solid first quarter, he's been lights out here in the second.
On the wing, Isaac. Pass to Bridges. Here's Bataze. Adams covering. On the wing, Isaac. Clock at 6. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. .107 left in the half.
And what's surprising, during the second quarter, he hasn't really looked like himself.
That's inexcusable defense. You must put a body on Davis, or you will pay for it.
Wembanyama finds Caldwell Pope. He gets it in there. Caldwell Pope's got his first 2 points.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Davis, the pass to Nembhard. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Oh, and there's the whistle. He was going up for the layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it or not. So we got a couple of free throws coming up.
And with the 8-foot wingspan of Wembanyama, it feels like he releases the ball halfway to the bucket.
Throws it up high, and Davis slams it home.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a 10-point pass.
I'll tell you, when Wemby starts driving, how do you stop the pull-up? I mean, there's just no way.
And so it's Boston with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter, just pounding the painted area. That's helped him build an advantage. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 7 rebounds. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
They made every possession count by limiting the mistakes. Very disciplined about protecting the ball and making the right play. If they keep this up, the lead should be safe. Don't be confident to lose just because you're ahead.
Looking at Miami, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they have to improve their defense. Guys were getting burned on the perimeter. They wouldn't put a hand up, as my man used to say, hand down, man down. Oh, you got to get some help. That pretty much covers everything. Shaq, you think they played their best?
No way, no way.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. A fantastic game from Anthony Davis in this one.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Miami trailing. We've got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Wembanyama out there with Zion Williamson. Then it's Steven Adams, and it's Halliburton in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
We talk about Zion's strength, but the body control is also elite, especially for a guy his size.
Now here's Drummond. Davis finds George. Shot clock at 6. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. Bridges misses. And here's Miami. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. It'll be game number 2 in their 5-game homestand. And Wembanyama gets it to go.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
From Tyrese Halliburton.
Bridges outside. Here's Isaac. Good D by Wembanyama.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Now here's Davis. He's got 14. Isaac for 3. On target from range. Isaac's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Here's Wembanyama. 7 points in the game. Counted. Wembanyama's got 9.
They couldn't have asked for a better start to this half. Offensively, 4 straight and counting.
Davis, the pass to George. Drummond with the ball. Adams covering. The shot by Drummond, no good.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Back to Halliburton. Outside Wembanyama. Down it goes. And a great assist by Halliburton. Wembanyama's got 6 here in the quarter.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
And Boston calls time here.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
And with this pause in the action, here are the league leaders in block shots. Victor Wembanyama is second.
He always makes an impact with his shot blocking. He's a constant presence around the rim.
Outside Davis. Wembanyama against Isaac. Knocked away. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here are the Heat now. And it's Miami's ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Halliburton. Oh, no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And Davis has got the ball here for Boston. And the dunk by Isaac.
That's what Davis can provide for you. Gave his man such a great look.
Pass to Adams. Halliburton outside. Here's Williamson. Goes back up. The offensive rebound. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. And he lobs it up. Out of bounds. It'll be Heat ball. Now a chance to break down how the starters and reserves have contributed in the scoring department tonight for the Heat. Here's Halliburton. 13 points in the game. Pass to Adams. Wembanyama against Isaac. Step back and squared up. Wembanyama's got 8 points in the quarter.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Wembanyama against Isaac. George for 3. And the Celtics another 3.
Showing off his range. Wow, Paul George can hurt you from anywhere on the floor.
Talking about the veteran Paul George. A star player, Smitty, wanting to compete for titles.
B.A., he knows he's not getting any younger. I think it's good he poses this win-now mentality. He's clearly hungry to win a title.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Now here's Davis. He's got 14. Shot is good by Isaac.
After putting up zeros in the first half, he is making up for it big time now.
Adams finds Caldwell Pope. Halliburton outside. And again, Miami with a triple.
They're clapping back. Halliburton matching the 3 from the other end.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Boston timeout call.
T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Wembanyama. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Bataze's checked in for Drummond. Marshall comes in for Anthony Davis. Nimhart, he's checked in for Bridges. And it's Thomas in for George. Here's Nimhart. 5 points in the game. Just 5 to shoot. Puts it up from the high post. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Thomas has got his first bucket in this one.
Very clever how he creates space against the bigger defender.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
Here's Isaac. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got 5 rebounds in the game.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
I mean, he can do it all. Shoot, facilitate, great skills for the young Halliburton.
And he knocks down the first one. Metu, he's checked in for Miami. And both free throws good for Halliburton.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Here's Marshall. He's covered by Warren. 29 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Connects on the foul line jumper.
Oh, love the confidence Warren had on that shot. He knows how consistent he is at that range.
Knocks it loose. Here's Adams. Pass to Warren. And there's another one for the Heat.
You like how Adams surveys the whole floor, allowing him to spot the wide open man.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry. It's the Heat leading by 3. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. They've got Andre Drummond. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Najee Marshall. And it's Nembhard in at the 2-guard spot. And so here is Miami following the bucket by the Celtics. The 11-footer, and it's blocked by Isaac.
We talk about Isaac's reach often, and they're using it to send the shot back.
Thomas passes to Isaac. Here's Marshall. Pass to Thomas from outside the arc. Drops in the 3. And the Celtics lead by 2. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
What I love, and the coaching staff has to love, is the defense. They've really brought the energy with all these blocks we've seen in this one.
You got to respect their energy level. A lot of steals, staying active and making things happen.
Here's Thomas. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Pass to Halliburton. High arcing shot. And the layup is up and in. Now it's a 3-point Heat lead.
A nice effort from Halliburton, working to get that point-blank shot.
And Drummond with the jam.
So gifted. Drummond soars through the air, then explodes on the finish.
Moving along. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Pippen. Here's Adams. Lays it up and in despite excellent defense.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
Pass to Nembhard. From 11 feet away, basket's good.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Now here's Warren. Oh, rejected by Isaac. Marshall inside. Working on Metu. Marshall with the bucket.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Here's Pippen. Pass to Adams. Here's Metu. And Andre Drummond is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. And the Heat with some changes. Wembanyama's checked in for Adams. Zion Williamson comes in for Metu. And it's Merrill in for Tyrese Halliburton. Here's Wembanyama. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
And look at the soft touch. The rookie, Wembanyama, has really gotten this dialed in.
Bridges passes to George. Pure from three-point range.
And looking to shoot as many threes as possible. This kind of confidence, impressive to see.
Pass to Wembanyama. And how about that? 8 for 9 now.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
Outside Davis. Now George. That three's off the mark.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Isaac, the pass to George. On the wing, Davis. Pass to Drummond. Kicks it to George. Just 3 to shoot. Hits the trifecta. George has got 9 points now in the second half.
You expect he's going to find a way to pull through in the clutch.
Miami calls timeout. Paul George with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, they're going to have to find a way to run him off his spots out there. He is rolling.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Anthony Davis.
And guess what? This was his game all night. I mean, he tore through the defense and almost never took a bad shot out there. Really, a level of offensive consistency most players can only dream of.
Steven Adams checked in for Miami. Caldwell Pope comes in for Merrill. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra said to the team. He was very passionately telling his team, don't give them an inch when they have the ball. This game is going to come down to defense. I need you guys to work hard and close this one out. Guys?
Allie, thank you.
Emphatic bucket from Steven Adams. His team needed one, and he wouldn't be denied.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Rebound Boston. Davis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Takes it inside.
They needed that bucket. The aggression of AD when he senses a big moment, not something you can teach.
Down low. Here's Wembanyama. Banked it in off the glass. Wembanyama's got 19 points.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively. No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Right wing. Williamson outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
.51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to George. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
43 seconds left in the final quarter. The shot by Drummond, no good. Wembanyama with it. And Bridges picks him up defensively. The teardrop. Wembanyama, no good. All right, Grant trying to seize control now.
NBA, if they can convert here, they might be able to close the door.
Second team foul. Shooting for Boston, Paul George. 2.
First free throw is good, and that puts him up 5.
Something Paul George has a ton of is talent. The way he moves, the way he reads the floor, he's got a sixth sense for this game. Productive trip to the line extended their lead.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. They're behind by 6. And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Show some love for your Heat dancers.
And we've got 28 seconds left in the game. Here's Caldwell Pope. And Davis with the block.
Putting that 7'6" wingspan to use, AD continues to climb the all-time blocks list.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And he sinks it. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Well, he's been the guy on a few teams, so Paul George is ready for moments like this. Nice job extending the lead and making this a 2-possession game now.
From deep, Wembanyama. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Team foul number 4.
He hits the first one. And that increases the lead to 6.
It's about health. When AD is, he's a major force. A nightly double-double threat with incredible length and athleticism.
Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Pippen. Misses there. So we see the Celtics get the win here. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. You know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Steve Smith, this is Brian Anderson with our 2K Sports crew signing off. We'll see you next time.